Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this. This is Daily LK for August the 13th, 2016. Today on the show, I'm going to be reviewing Revolution Pro Wrestling Uprising 2016. Going to do a little preview for next week's SmackDown. I'm going to preview the G1 Climax. A SummerSlam event has been cancelled, the concert thing. You have house show results from Australia. Big news regarding TNA management, big executive shakeup. And the viewership figures for Impact Wrestling. I apologize, there was not a Daily LKS. However, I was not here. I was obviously in London for the event at Bethnal Green in London. So let's just get down straight to it. If you watch this show live or if you're watching it on demand, please put in the comments if you watch the show or if it's been released yet for on demand. Was the show a win? Was this show a loss? Was this show a tie? I was there live. Easily a win. Easily. Fantastic. I've been to, this is my third Rev Pro show. Last November, I went to Revolution Pro Wrestling's Global Wars in Reading, which was the New Japan Pro Wrestling, which they're doing again next year, which I'm definitely going to get tickets to. It was New Japan versus Revolution Pro Wrestling. And then I went to a show in February at Portsmouth, which featured the triple threat between Will Ospreay, Marty Scurll, and Pete Dunne in the main event for the Cruiserweight title, which I thought was pretty damn awesome. But this was the best one I've been to, and quite frankly, featured one of the best matches I've ever seen live in person. That was Chris Hero versus Marty Scurll, and I can't remember who tweeted it, but someone tweeted, because I put it was the best match, that they should do this at Orlando for the Progress versus Evolve show that will take place next year. So let's get straight down to it. So you have an opening match, Jay White defeating Josh Bodum in one heck of a match. This is a 3.5, 4 kind of star match. Really great, hard hitting, really physical action way to start off. And the awesome spot was, it was right in front of me. I was fourth row. Well, I think it was fifth, maybe fourth. I can't fucking remember. It was yesterday. I wish I did review as soon as I got him, but I was there. And he goes for a pile driver, this being Bodum. White back body drops him over his head, really nasty landing, and then Bodum just snaps and just hits a power bomb on the apron. It was absolutely magnificent. JY got the win to a thunderous ovation. Great choice for opener, great way to start the show off. The crowd was really red hot for White, but also Bodum had his chance. 50-50 split. Absolutely sensational. Great match. If you're out there and don't know who Jay White is a young lion for New Japan. Now he's kind of doing this thing. They always do that. They always excursion, I think it's called. Some people go to Mexico. Some people go to Ring of Honor. Like Watanabe went to Ring of Honor, came back. He's now evil in Los Ingobernables for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm sorry, I'll slaughter that name and I didn't want to slaughter it. But he's in England. He's also doing Ring of Honor. He faced Will Ferrara on last week's Ring of Honor television program. So good things for White. Great reaction. The guy looks great. Guy looks magnificent. Bodum himself looked the part, looked pretty damn good, and was an entertaining match. Great way to start off the show. Then we went on to Shah Samuels and Big Damo. Damo hit a really nice cannonball on the floor for a holy shit chant. That really was spectacular. But the issue I had was I was queuing up to get myself a nice beverage. And as I was queuing up, the match was taking place. I kind of turned around, but once the queue got past a certain stage, you really couldn't see the ring at all, which was a bit frustrating. The queue was very long because doors open at 6:15, 7:30 was bell time. However, for some strange reason, I have no idea, maybe because the world's a scummy place, but they had to have updated security procedures. Now, we got there half an hour before doors opened, so we were in fine, and I got my drink at about 6:20, 6:30, but by this is now 7:45. I'm finished with that drink, so I want to go back for another one. But the queue was absolutely out of this freaking world, it really was. So I didn't get much of it, but Shah Samuels did get the win by cheating. Basically, did a sleep hold. He knew he comes out with this scarf. He basically took the scarf off, wrapped it around Damo's neck, and then kind of put his hands in front of the gimmick, in front of that. And it was a really smart way how it was ended. Really good match. Enjoyed it. Not the worst match. No, this is the worst match now, in my opinion. You had the British Youngbloods, which is Jake McCluskey and the Bruce, defeating Ryan Smile, who was very entertaining, and a surprising PJ Black. He was not announced. The show is that spectacular. When a show is that spectacular, when you can have PJ Black on the show with no reason, like he got a really good pop. Just the match to me just felt unimportant. It felt like, oh shit, we have to get these guys on the card. It didn't really do it for me. It was okay. I think McCluskey and the Bruce came out. They're getting booed. and they're booing because they suck, but they think they're getting great heel heat. It's imagine it being an Eva Marie in essence, but I'm not saying the British Youngbloods suck. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form. They just aren't good. Like the Brew seems like a knockoff Wade Barrett. Like, dude, I'm not a fan. But they did defeat PJ Black and Ryan Smile. Smile, I can see good things for that guy. Then the last match for the intermission week, this was spectacular. And by the way, this is off the top of my head. I didn't take no notes. I'm not no Dave Meltzer sitting there at PWG taking notes. You know, I'm just there to enjoy myself. This match was absolutely, breathtakingly awesome. Like, match of the night. But this could be, I've been into maybe into the 20s. I remember 19 years old. That's pretty damn good. 20 wrestling shows at least. This was by far one of the best wrestling matches I've seen live in person. The match was perfect. Like, the match ended with a Gotch-style pile driver off the fucking second rope. Absolutely, breathtakingly awesome. Absolutely spectacular. Out of this one, I've got a poster of the hero versus villain because the match was that great, and I've got it upstairs. Oh, I should have brought it out here. However, I was in a rush to get out here. It's now 1:23 a.m. Want to get this in the can, get it done and dusted in the way. But I did forget to bring that. I'll bring that out next time so you guys can see, because it's a really damn slick promotional poster. Just really shows you how awesome and how far English wrestling has come. And this is one of those shows where I was actually kind of proud to be an English wrestling fan. Like, you know, there's lots of times you're like, oh, you watch wrestling, blah, 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 blah. But this is the time where you can say, you know what, fuck you. I just watched two of the very best pro wrestlers on the planet go out there, bust their ass off, and have an absolutely fucking insane match. And that's what it was. I went into the intermission just blown away. Absolutely out of this fucking world. Unbelievable. The person on Cage Match writ this. The first 4 to 5 minutes were a little slow, but the match improved and was a fantastic match overall, and was probably on par with their Progress match. 4.5 stars. I give it 5 because I've never seen Hero before. He's obviously seen it before Progress. I've never seen Hero live in person. Seen Scar a few times, but I've never seen Chris Hero live in person, and it was absolutely breathtakingly awesome. Out of this world awesome. Really was. If you don't buy this on DVD or on demand, you really should for this alone. Let me come back from intermission. You have Ricochet defeating Pete Dunne in an okay match. The match ended when Pete Dunne basically got the win by cheating using the belt. I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad. Sorry, Ricochet got the win. Sorry, and then after the match, Pete Dunne basically offered a handshake. Ricochet accepted. You're thinking, fuck. Pete Dunne's turned face. That's awesome. But then all of a sudden, Pete Dunne attacks Ricochet, still being heel. This is Ricochet's first match back in Revolution Pro Wrestling. It wasn't a bad match. It really wasn't. There was nothing wrong with it. It was good. I think that it was hurt because of the being after that Hero Skull match, because you ain't gonna follow that. There's no one on this planet who could follow that. That was absolutely breathtakingly awesome. So if this was before Hero Skull, this could have been really good. But for me personally, poor placement of the card. But considering how stacked this show was, there was nowhere else for it to go, because obviously it can't go before the World Title match, and it couldn't go on before Vader and Will Ospreay. So it just had to go there. But Pete Dunne's a good wrestler, good little wrestler. I saw him on the tube on the way out. He was with the referee Robinson, whatever the fuck the jobber's name is. That's weird. Sorry, weird noise. And yeah, we're in the tube, and he was chatting away, and just packed him on the back and said, "Your bag's open," because in the bag he had money, and I was like, "Your bag's open," because you know sometimes at the top, like here, like you have this little zip. There's your zip. It was kind of like that, so you could kind of see in. And here's my fucking tube tickets. Cost me, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. £58 and 10 pence to get from Christchurch train station to Bethnal Green. That, my friends, is called being mugged off. I got absolutely conned, I got scammed, I got rammed, and I got jammed. $150 fucking £6 to catch a train to London. It's a fucking 3-hour train journey. That did include the tube, so not too shabby. So anyway, that's back to the original story. And I just told him that it was there, and he was like, yeah, thank you, thumbs up. Decent guy, wasn't a bad guy, decent pro wrestler. You know, Ricochet did the standard spots, one with a 630. And I just liked the turn at the end. It was a really nice turn. Then Zack Sabre Jr. defeating Jeff Cobb. Oh, Jesus Christ, Jeff Cobb is one over man. Excuse me. Heading in, me and my friend who I went there with, we were like, yeah, this could be good. Just depends on how, you know, the crowd reacts. Because, you know, I'm expecting Cobb to be over because obviously Matanza from Lucha Underground. I know Lucha chant broke out early on for Lucha Underground, for you Lucha Underground fans out there. But Zack Sabre Jr. is like fucking Zack Sabre Jr. He's Brit Rest in his purest form. So I was there. I was kind of like, who the fuck do I want to win? This is for the Rev Pro British Heavyweight title. So I'm there like, who the fuck do I want to win? And I was there and I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking go for the underdog. Let's go for Jeff Cobb. And the story for the match was Jeff Cobb really wanted a spot on the Rev Pro roster. Easiest way to do it is win the world title. So basically, he was there. Some awesome spots. The end came when Zack Sabre Jr. kicked his soccer kick. He covered 1-2 kick out. He kept kicking. And every time he kicked, the crowd got more and more and more behind Jeff Cobb, and it got louder and it got louder and it got louder to the point where you're like, holy fuck, this is one of the most electric atmospheres I've ever seen in my life. And then he hits one more kick, and like he's going to kick out and it's going to be awesome, but he doesn't. And the crowd boo. They boo the fact that Zack Sabre beat Jeff Cobb because Jeff Cobb played, the story was portrayed that well. You know, Jeff Cobb couldn't get up. He tried, and you're there trying to push him yourself. Absolutely magnificent. And then Zack Sabre Jr. is basically walking around saying, yeah, fuck you, you little pricks, booing me. Who the fuck do you think you are? Murty Skull comes back out, and they pose on the ramp. And you're like, oh my God, that's so fucking good. So you have a little faction there of Murty Skull and Zack Sabre Jr. going on. He is still obviously the champion. And Jeff Cobb, after announced that the promoter Andy Quilden, I think the name is, who was also the ring announcer, announced that Jeff Cobb will be back. And that's awesome. Great match. You should see Jeff Cobb in person. The guy is a absolutely fucking monster. What he lacks in height, he makes up for in just pure fucking muscle. What an absolute machine. And then dude, the words can't describe how awesome this was. Vader Ospreay. Vader defeating Will Ospreay. Yeah, that's thinking. This was a clusterfuck that was booked so perfectly. I thought it was from the Attitude Era. Yeah, Vader come out. Fuck you, Vader chants. You fat cunt chants. Fuck you, Vader chants. More and more and more and more. He came out and he got on the mic and said, you bunch are the biggest bunch of disrespectful assholes I've ever seen. And he got more heel heat and more heel heat. And at this point, you're literally getting goosebumps. Ospreay comes out. No entrance. He runs to the ring, slams the jacket off, gets right in Vader's face. Vader then turns. Ospreay, then the bell rings. Ospreay turns around. Vader just goes, what the fuck? Ospreay sticks his middle finger up and doesn't even look the man in the face, and Vader from behind starts pummeling. And then Vader launches Ospreay to the floor. Ospreay hits this running flippy floppy fly to the floor. And then Ospreay gets chucked onto the ramp. Ospreay hits a running flip off the fucking ramp to the floor. And then they go up. Vader hits a chokeslam off the fucking ramp to the floor through the announce table. You're thinking Ospreay's dead. Like the height, you're thinking Ospreay's dead. So Vader's in the middle of the ring. The ref's been knocked out. Vader beat the shit out of the ref. So Ospreay comes. He crawls. Great storytelling. This was perfect storytelling. This was absolutely magnificent. He crawls. Gets in the ring, eats a choke slam, and then Ospreay finally gets some offense. You think he's about to get the win, but Pete Dunne comes running in. Pete Dunne attacks Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is the cruiserweight champion. Obviously, Pete Dunne in the cruiserweight division, so it makes sense storyline wise. So you can go on with Pete Dunne and Will Ospreay sometime down the line. And then Pete Dunne attacked Will Ospreay. And then Ricochet came out to make the save, because obviously the story of the match is Vader attacked both Will Ospreay and Ricochet on Twitter. He comes out, make the save, but Vader chokeslams Ricochet, chokeslams Will Ospreay twice, and gets the win. Insane heel heat. Will Ospreay after the match cuts after this is bullshit chance. Will Ospreay cuts a promo, basically saying this is the evolution of pro wrestling. You know, thanks for being with us. Thanks for being on this ride. We're going to take it to the another level. We don't need pieces of shit like Vader. Like, he swore so much during this promo. It felt like an actual shoot promo. Really fucking good. Really awesome moment. And then I went home. Awesome night of professional wrestling. And if you're like, oh, I don't know if I should go to one of these Rev Pros or Progress shows, or I don't know if I should go to a Future Shock or PCW, or if I'm in America, if I should go to Ring of Honor or PWG, or what should I go to? Dude, I mean, I paid 58 fucking pounds for this ticket, plus the actual ticket itself. I probably paid about 100 plus pounds plus merch. You know, 100 plus pounds for this experience. I don't regret anything. That was a great night. I went with a buddy. He also loves professional wrestling. We had a great time. We were surrounded by great people, great fans, logical fans. None of these WWE people, and all due respect, who have families and kids. These were hardcore wrestling fans. They were there to see great pro wrestling, and great pro wrestling is what they damn got. Order this on demand, rpwondemand.com. Order it. Magical. Absolutely magical. We move on to SmackDown Live. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lesnar, by the way, is on Raw on August 15th, but August 16th, SmackDown. We got some things announced last year. Miz TV, hosted by The Miz with Maurice, Dean Ambrose, and Ziggler. Interesting way to build towards the pay-per-view on Sunday or next Sunday for SummerSlam. I wonder what they're going to do there. And John Cena versus Bertie. Interesting to see if they're going to protect Alberto Del Rio. Interesting to see if they're actually going to do anything with Alberto Del Rio heading into SummerSlam. I'm guessing not. But you got Cena versus Del Rio. Talk about the history, blah, 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 blah. You know, Cena beat Del Rio for a world title. Bertie beat Cena for a US title. Cena beat Bertie for a world title. You know, there's a history there. They feuded back and forth. They even feuded in a fucking broken ring on a pay-per-view. I think it was Vengeance 2011. There's lots of history there, but I mean, they're trying to promote that. Good for them. You know, Lesnar's on Raw. Dude, it's just after that Rev Pro show, I just couldn't give a fuck about any of this. Absolutely you can't describe how awesome that was. But what is awesome is the G1 Climax. Awesome night. I'm just going to get up the final day, the actual whole fucking card, because I just can't find it anyway. So we go New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 26 final. Let's have a look at the full card, because right where I was headed didn't actually have the fucking full card. That's very, 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 very frustrating. That really, really was. Final preview. I apologize about this, ladies and gentlemen. I normally have my notes up, but you know what? Fuck it. 3 nights, 1 winner. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. You know what? Fuck these jabronis. They fucking suck. Right. Omega, 1 block B. Hiroki Goto, 1 block A. So it'll be Goto versus Omega. The winner becomes the number 1 contender in essence to the IWGP World Championship, Wrestle Kingdom 10 or 11. It'll be Wrestle Kingdom 11 or the January 4th show in the Tokyo Dome. Not only that, but they become the winners of the G1 Climax. I don't know, because if Okada stays champ, then Omega, you could do Bullet Club New Japan, or you could go Goto Okada, which could be magnificent. I don't know. This is so literally, I've been saying all tournament, Tanahashi, Naito, that's the final that it's going to be. That is the final. And it wasn't. And that's just great booking. Like, and it's not like, oh God, that's what I wanted and thought it could be. That's what I think. There is other ways they could do it, but I'm just gonna let them do it because I trust the company to book something well. I have faith in the writing staff to write something well. You know, just faith, just having faith in them. Also, you got JD for defending the Ring of Honor World title against Kojima. Obviously, Jay Lethal's going to win that because he's facing Adam Cole next Friday's Death Before Dishonor. Expect a preview up sometime next week. I might do it on a daily LK maybe. Also, you have Jay Briscoe Mark defending the IWGP World Tag Team titles. Jesus Christ, I'm getting so hot in here. It's absolutely ridiculously warm in here. Jesus Christ. So you got fucking unbelievably warm in here. You got Jay and Mark Briscoe defending against Hangman Page, which is Adam Page, and Takahashi. Could be good. So damn good card. I'm looking forward to that. I might review that tomorrow. Then you have a SummerSlam concert, which was heavily promoted last on the Raw and SmackDown, was meant to kick off SummerSlam weekend on August 18th. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, aka no one fucking bought a ticket, they've cancelled the event. That makes me happy, just because, Jay-Z and these imbecilic nimrods won't be able to appear on the same fucking weekend as these great wrestlers. So, WWE in Australia, Sydney, Australia, tonight's show, actually, if you look at it from my standpoint, only a few hours ago it finished. Apollo Crews defeated Sheamus. Braun Strowman defeated Jey Uso. New Day defeated The Club to retain tag belts. Finn Balor defeated Chris Jericho. Rusev defeated Titus O'Neil. Poor bastards have to watch that. Cena beat AJ. Sasha Banks defeated Charlotte. Sorry, Bailey. Sami Zayn defeated Kevin Owens. For fuck's sake, they're still doing that. And then Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins in the main event. They're not doing Raw and SmackDown branding only live events yet, but I'll let them off because it's Australia. But having Sami Zayn wrestle Kevin Owens completely destroys the purpose and really the specialness of the match that took place on Battleground. I will be getting to live comments in the show, so if you have any questions, queries, or comments regarding anything on today's show, please put them. And also, if you're listening to this post-live, please put something in the comments describing your thoughts and opinions on any of these topics also. The TNA announced on Friday, which was yesterday, a major executive shakeup, removing Dixie Carter from her long-held position as TNA president. Billy Corgan will now take over as TNA president. Carter will move into a business consultant-type role as chairman and chief strategy officer, much similar to Stephanie McMahon. Baron Corbin, fuck me. Corgan has taken over day-to-day operations, essentially following through on investing money in TNA to keep the company going. In a press release, Carter noted that the more they discussed Corgan's vision for the organization, the clearer it became the position needed to match his commitment. Carter's new role will, quote-unquote, focus on long-term planning, strategic partnerships, and global growth effective immediately. This is what Corgan said. I believe in this company. Its passionate fans, the talented roster, and the dedicated staff and crew. I'm committed to this great opportunity and will use all of my resources and connections to drive the success of this company. This year, we have made significant strides in establishing a strong foundation for our future and will be aggressive in continuing to evolve and grow the Impact brands. Carter has removed herself from president's role, but she's still remaining in a high-level business strategy. It remains to be seen if this final executive move of Corgan essentially taking over the company, or if it leads to a follow-up investment deal with an outside party along with Corgan. That's from PW Torch that I'm reading that from there. I always like to give the props to or whoever put out the effort into writing that article, really in detailed article. That was really great. But, dude, it's... I don't know. Part of me thinks that's fucking awesome. Part of me's like, do I care? I went on this rant, and it's not a rant. One word. And if you watch this episode, you know what I mean. Stigma. TNA has a stigma that anyone around the world will refuse to watch Impact. I get next time it goes, if Impact goes over 500,000 viewers, I will be so shocked. I will be absolutely shocked. I don't think they will again. Why? Not because the show sucks. No. The show's pretty damn good and entertaining and probably better than WWE most of the time. But it's called TNA. It's called Impact Wrestling, so people think it sucks without even watching it. Half these TNA haters, they've never seen an episode of Impact in their life. Or they maybe seen one or two that sucked. But it's not WWE, so they don't like it. That's the issue. It's just the issue with most things. But it's not WWE, is it? And that's the stigma it's got. Makes me sad, makes me sick to my stomach. The same people who say, oh, you're so sad for watching New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then say Kota Ibushi and Nakamura are the best things on the planet. Yeah, logic. Or, oh, TNA sucks, they have no talent. Same people marking out for Bobby Roode. Same people marking out for Austin Aries. Same people marking out for Samoa Joe. Same people marking out for AJ Styles. It's a stigma. It's TNA. People think, oh, TNA, that's just the water W product. It's just W bullshit. It's W sucking. And it's a stigma. And you can't help it. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Hopefully they fight out of it and just keep fighting the good fight. Keep putting in the effort. As long as your programming is good, you can hold your head held high no matter what the damn ratings say. So July, I'm going to read you. Okay, so the decline right now of the ratings. So yeah, July 21st, 362,000. July 28th, 350,000. August 4th dropped to 317. August 11th dropped only to 315. So only 2,000 people decided not to watch it. But you have to remember the Olympics were on, which destroyed SmackDown and destroyed Raw, but it didn't destroy Impact, which means this 300,000, this 315 is the core audience you'll watch through thick and thin. If next week they get 300,000 plus, I think this is set. 300,000 is your hardcore fan base. Build that, build it by putting out great programming each and every week. Simple. I wish TNA the best. I already do. I wish every company out there who's trying to make a name for themselves all the best. I want pro wrestling to succeed. I don't want it to fail. The more companies out there, the more money is being made. Means that more money for the boys, which means more merch, because I'm a big merch guy, which means more shows to watch because more's on TV or accessible at least, which more shows will come to England, which more shows that come to England mean the more shows I can go to. Simple as that. I want the business to succeed, and then hopefully one day we might get a boom, but who damn knows. Going to get some live comments if we have any. Not expecting any, to be fair. 2 likes, 0 dislikes, as we like to see. Here we go. This is from Johnny Oliveira. Johnny Oliveira. What do you think of Omega winning against Naito? I think that was pretty damn risque, but, it's their company again. I respect that, and I trust it. And I'm looking forward to it. I think Omega Goto could be a great match. I hope Omega's a bit more serious. I'm not a fan of this unserious bullshit, but I hope he is serious. That's the only thing about Omega I don't like. His character's a bit more, it's just he's kind of this goofball who comes out. He's very funny, but I just don't think that's like world title material. Ronald Booth. Good show, okay. Enjoying all the content. Thank you very much, Ronald Booth. Thank you ever so much. Should the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 11 be a title for title match or just for the IWGP Championship? That's from Adrian Carminetti, sorry. You know what? That's a good shout, but me personally, let's just stick it to the winner of this becomes the IWGP World Championship number 1 contender. So that's just a good question, though. TNA is a stupid brand name. Yeah, you can see that by the way they're trying to turn it into Impact, but hey, who knows? So thank you very much, live comments, guys. Thank you very much, everyone, beforehand for posting their comments live. Thank you for sticking with me for this damn long. Hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you stay safe. Hope you stay well. And I'll be damn sure catching your asses down the line.